What is up? We are live, and I got my little smoothie. It's what is it? It's
Saturday
casual
morning.
Saturday. It's casual Saturday. I got my smoothie. I'm here with my main man, George. We're a few minutes late, and of course, that's always my fault. Oh, and we got the little man, Kostaki and Sandra. It's a beautiful, George's beautiful family. We're actually talking about family dynamics here. For those of you watching live, our viewers and those following us in Australia, you're still asleep right now. It's a Saturday night. You're almost about to wake up Sunday morning in several hours. So I wanted to say what's up and a big shout out to you guys following on replay. We have a very important conversation here. I'm here with my main man, Coach George, Dr. George, who is on our team of the Powerfully Aligned program. He's one of my good friends. He's one of my coaches. He's one of my, I don't know, what are we? Like, we're like brothers, man. Like it's, how do you describe this relationship? How do you describe it?
A term I had used once with someone. It's like we're spiritual lovers.
Oh yeah, totally. In a very heterosexual way.
Yeah, my wife's like,
I've never heard that before, but okay, I'll take it because we are love. That's what we are. But I wanted to share this really important conversation because what we're up to in our Project Neo Powerfully Aligned program, really what has been kind of discovered is that many people's lives aren't working, and there's anxiety and depression and breakdowns in marriage and breakdowns in relationships. And coming up, we are going through from right now today over the next few months to the greatest time of breakups from now till Valentine's Day. We're going to see the greatest amount of breakdowns in relationships in the world. Like historically, every single year from now until Valentine's Day, and it's the holiday season coming up and all of that. We wanted to shoot this quick video and talk about how you can avoid having your upcoming holiday season a complete disaster. And so George, this was from a revelation from one of the sessions that I did with you, an overview session, which is a tool that I've come up with that helps take resentment and turn it around into power. And so, George, I'd love for you to share the two main revelations that came out of the
session,
conversation
yeah.
that you had. I wanted to share the first one.
Sure.
The first one last, but I wanted you to share a little bit about something that triggered you with a conversation with your father and what that revealed about you. Share, brother.
So the one of the things that we learn, or that that we've discussed, is whenever something triggers us, something really pisses us off, that's basically a doorway or an access point to finding a breakthrough.
Yeah.
And what I was present to in the last few days is the constant soliciting of, oh, can you come and fix the computer? Oh, I just got a new phone. I don't know how to use it. Can you fix it?
From your dad.
And every single time I would hear that, it would piss me off, like really, like trigger me. Like, why do I have to do this? Like, can't they figure it out?
Yeah. Sorry.
Those are very welcome interruptions. Like,
Kara's distracting us with two men that really are very averse to receiving compliments. Is so distracting. So go on.
And basically, what I realized is, to make a long story short, is the degree to which I will be triggered by that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
Is, well, basically the story I was making it mean is, I'm not important, my time is not valued, and my priorities do not matter.
In other words, you were playing victim to your dad.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I just want you to get yourselves, listen to George's share and what that brings up for you, because 100 times out of 100, when a client comes and reaches out to us, their number one complaint that they are running is that I'm not respected. I wasn't loved. I didn't receive the love and affection. In other words, the story lends to them placing a subordination, an opinion above, like on dad or mom, above them, and that they got the short end of the stick of respect, in George's case, value and importance. This is across the board.
Yeah.
And after I was like, in the middle of the call yesterday, we're like, we have to share this with people.
Yeah.
So go on.
So what I realized is the degree to which I'm triggered by that, by that calls, the intensity of the emotion that I feel is proportionate to the part of me that actually believes that it's true.
Boom. Okay, please repeat that. Repeat it one more time.
The intensity of the emotion that I feel is proportionate to me believing that it is true.
Okay, this is huge. Okay, please get this, you guys. You're sitting there, family holidays. You're sitting there, hanging out with your mother, with your father, whatever's happening, and they turn around and they make a comment to you. And what George is saying is that the proportion of the amount of pissed offness that you get from what they say to you is exactly in alignment with how much you actually believe what they're saying is true. Yeah. Please tap this or share this with somebody who's going through a struggle with a family dynamic. Tag them. Please send some hearts. We need your love. We're two men that really need it very much.
And this is my first live like this. I'm a little insecure. I need some comforting. Please tell me I'm doing this well.
Yes, please give some love to George. For George, really, not for me. It's for George.
It's for me. Thank you.
For George. But
what's important to mention is it's to the degree that you believe it is true.
Bingo.
Not that it is true.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we're like, oh my God.
I can relate to this.
Yeah.
When my father would be, when I was, kind of deciding that I wanted to do this full time and leave my chiropractic practice, I would explain what I wanted to do. And I had a lot of doubts about myself at the time, which is normal whenever we're starting, any venture. And anything that I was doubting about myself, or any comments that my parents would make about who I was dating or who I'm married to or whatever, and any type of doubt that I have in my mind, that my parents will reflect back to me in their own fears, I lose it. And then I blame them for not being supportive when they're actually reflecting how I actually feel about myself. Please tell me if you can get this. Please share what this brings up for you.
If someone voices what your dark passenger is already telling you, that's the red button.
Boom. It's the red button that makes you lose it, because we all have a dark passenger that believes we're not worthy, And so to the degree that you get triggered is to the degree you haven't yet fully owned and loved that part of yourself.
Yeah.
So if George already loved the lazy, kind of easygoing, not like maniacally hardworking, which he hasn't really been ever. He's not that kind of guy. That's what we love him. Why we love about him. I mean, I'm a little bit more like that guy. So if I was, so because he hadn't owned that, all of a sudden he now turns around and gets triggered by his father and blames him. So the moral of this story is that when you're in your holiday season, if you already have not loved and honored and appreciated all parts of yourself, the narcissistic side, the lazy side, the liar, the manipulator, we all have in our psyche every trait. And in order for us to function in society, then we got to love all parts of us. Hey, Ash, what's up, brother? Much
Hmm.
love to you, bro. We all have parts of us. It's like it's complete. Like we have every part. The problem is we haven't owned it. There are parts of us we're trying to run away from or hide from. And the more we try to run away and hide, the more it gets reflected back to us through our family members, and then it triggers us. It
Yeah.
triggers us, and then we point a finger at them and say they are this, they are this, they are this. And hey, Thais, what's up,
I
girl?
know that.
We point a finger,
Yeah.
but then there's three fingers pointing back at us that we haven't yet dealt with. So consider the possibility that every single time you get a button push by your mom, your dad, one of your kids in the holiday season coming up, and it's pissing you off. And it's some of our clients that come in, they haven't spoken to their families for a long time. Like we're talking 20, 30 years, 7, 8, 10 years. We had, one of my clients, she hadn't spoken to her son in 7 years. One hadn't spoken to his father in 30 years. And they're wondering why their lives and their relationships are broken down, why they can't have healthy relationships with people. Well, guess what? You can't have healthy relationships with people. I couldn't have healthy relationships with people if my primitive relationships were broken. And if I was playing victim to them, the way George was. And so what's critical is for us to actually take a look at that. If you want to avoid your holidays to be a disaster, or they've been disasters in the past, and you want to turn them around, I'm going to share with you a way to do that a little bit in a couple of minutes. But what was the second point? I wanted you to share this, George. The second takeaway that we have when we get triggered by our family through the holidays, what is it? Or am I putting you on the spot?
I'm trying to remember.
Okay,
Just
I'll give it
remind
away.
me, brief me, and
Okay.
I'll.
Everything that I see in another person that's
Uh,
really pissing me off. Okay, here
I
it is.
do. Yeah,
Okay,
go
you
go.
want to do it?
Yeah.
You want to go? Okay, go for it.
Everything I see in the other person, I
Mhm.
do the exact same thing. Somewhere, somehow,
Yeah,
I do the same.
like judge, like your
Yeah.
father's trigger. Your father's trigger on you was what that the other day when we were doing our session?
Like dismissive,
Dismissive.
or
Okay, cool. So the trait dismissive. This is I got a big ups to Dr. John DeMartini for helping with this one. He really came up with this the law of reflective transparency, reflective consciousness, that every single thing that we see in another person that either we infatuate with or we really resent is something within us we haven't yet looked at.
yeah.
So the trait of dismissive, can you own that? What did you discover about about your father's dismissiveness?
I can totally see how that dismissive, please do it for me, if I tell the truth.
Yeah.
I love when everybody does shit for me. I love it. They do everything for me. I'll collect, spoon feed me while I sit down and do nothing and drink coffee.
His wife is sitting there, by the way, and listening to this. She's actually right. This is bananas. This is pure bananas. Yeah, Ashkan, absolutely. So how to save yourselves from an absolute catastrophe in your family dynamics coming up? Because I'll tell you right now, from today until like February, I become the busiest with people reaching out to me saying, all right, I've had breakdowns. I'm having anxiety. I'm having depression, sleepless nights. I can't hold down a relationship right now. I'm having constant breakdowns.
And health issues too. Very
Bingo. What happens is if you allow this to go on and you don't get this right, you start developing thyroid, hormonal, digestive issues, and you go to the doctor and you go from one place to another. What's the problem? And then you look, and then there's always a story of a breakdown in a relationship. When did the symptoms start? Oh, it was after a divorce, or it was after my breakup, or it was after so-and-so died. So the occurrence of these events in our lives and the relationship bonds that we have are critical to you not only making sure that your relationships and career alignment are healthy, but your body and your mind are healthy too. And we've been chiropractors for 16 years, both of us. And we graduated at the exact same time, and we've come to the same realizations at the same time, realizing that if we don't get ourselves, our relationships, our purposes in alignment, then health turns to crap. And we were tired of seeing patients coming in and only getting certain results with just chiropractic care, which helps to remove stress from the nervous system, but it doesn't solve the problem of is my relationship in alignment with my purpose and my values? Is my career in alignment with my purpose and my values? Am I serving from a place of my higher self? Or am I just kind of like loafing about, drifting with no purpose? That makes an impact on your health. And turning to our relationships, I looked in all of my relationships at one period of time, and I was like, there's nothing there. There's no connection. There's no authenticity, because I hadn't learned how to become authentic within myself, tell the truth, and really restore integrity with the family breakdowns. And so this is critical, because when you get this right, okay, you have a few weeks left for the holidays, only a few weeks. And this is a call to action for those of you, a wake-up call for those of you who are in the game, living in the world of, I'm afraid, I don't want to see my family. There's huge breakdowns happening, and you're noticing that your health is at stake. You're about to. One of our clients gets panic attacks when she thinks about coming back. When she thought about coming back home for the holidays, back home to Vancouver, and she was like, I want to resolve this before I come home. I'm tired of living this way. I want to be the cause in the matter and stop playing victim. I want to be the cause for the transformation of my family. Yeah.
The day of the year where people have the most heart attacks, January 1st, followed closely by December 25th. And that's over 200% more than any other day. So, yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion it's got to do with disastrous family dynamics. And so when you don't have this right, you are pretending when you're with your family. You're not able to be real. There's disconnections, and you're not really able to have fulfillment. And so you're running a story, running a constant, persistent complaint, making another person wrong, saying that they are this way, they are that way. When you play that game, there is no transformation. And the worst thing that can happen is you reach out after a family member dies and say, all right, well, I'd like to resolve this because, my father died. This is what a lot of my clients will reach out. My father died 6 months ago, and I have all these crazy emotions going on, and which are guilt. Why didn't I patch things up when they were alive? Why, and so this was the story that I was living. I wanted to close it off with this, the story that I was living, a victim story with my parents. And it took me to really step up and stop playing that role, and to really get into their world and to transform the relationship, when I actually now feel so much more fulfillment and more stability in all the other relationships in my life. My team, my clients, my friends, completely transformed. And my health, I feel like there is no place I can walk into and not feel a place of power. And so what George and I would really love to do is to speak to a couple of people. Myself, if you are struggling right now and you don't have any way of connecting, and you feel disconnected, and you're tired of this disconnection, and you know that it's impacting your health, and there's a loss of love and affinity in your life, and you want to be the cause of and the source of that, maybe to transform your entire family. I've had one of my several of our clients take it on and see the entire family dynamic shift because of the work that they took on, because a rising tide lifts all boats. So what we're offering, is a coaching spot, 2 coaching sessions for a couple of people. Here's who they are. Number 1, if you are struggling in a family dynamic and you know that you want to be the cause of the transformation, and you see that that broken down family dynamic is actually creating illness in your body, you're not doing well, it's rippling effect and causing an impact in your business, and it's causing an impact in the way that you're being a parent and your level of fulfillment internally, and you are tired of playing the victim, reach out to me. Reach out and say hello. Let's get into a conversation and to see what it is that's possible for you. We could probably turn this around in a matter of weeks. This reminds me of one of the clients that we have who just enrolled a couple of weeks ago, and last night had an integrity conversation with her father, and it was just, did you see that?
Yeah, just before the call.
Oh, yeah, did you
incredible.
It was incredible. What did you see?
A woman that a few weeks ago was completely powerless and completely victimized by her parents.
Yeah.
Having literally the weight of the world on her shoulders. And she looked like that.
Yeah.
To go from that to feeling a magnificent connection with her father.
Yeah.
And shedding pretty much almost all the guilt she's been carrying all this time.
Yeah.
In a few weeks.
In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
This work is only for those that are dedicated for being the cause. She had a choice. She could actually have lived for the next 10 years under that dark cloud of victimhood. Those of you who want to make your parents wrong or your children wrong or whoever wrong about this, this is not for you. But if this is you, if you're listening and you know that you are the one, project, that's why we call it Project Neo, that you are the one. When you realize that you are the one, that you're not entitled and nobody owes you anything, and you are the one to grab your life by the balls or the lady balls and actually be the change that you want to see. You want to be the change that you want to see in your family dynamic, then reach out and send me a private message and let's get into communication. And there are 2 spots for me to chat with me this weekend, and let's see if we can turn this ship around. There's no guarantee that you'll be ready. There's no guarantee that A, we can solve your problem, or B, that we even want to. You got to be the right fit. You got to be cool. If you are that person and you're ready, here's the key. You're ready to invest your time, resources, and your heart into being the source of the transformation in your family, then reach out. This is what we're here for, to become powerfully aligned in your relationships and your career, because your life is at stake. And it's time to stop pretending that we're going to live for the rest of our life, like that we're going to live forever.
Forever.
So George, I wanted to leave you with something, with a moment to share what your experience has been and what you have to say to these people who are stuck. You're kind of an expert in relationships. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. If you'd like to share what revelations came for you from our call yesterday and how that could impact other people.
What became very clear to me is the degree, like, even though, I've done personal development work for years and years and years, and I know there's probably a lot of people watching that feel they're in the same boat. They've done like all sorts of seminars, have spent like tons and tons of money.
Yep.
But this is different. And as Kara's writing right away.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
love you, Kara.
The uniqueness of this, it is consider that if you're thinking I've done stuff like this before, you have not.
Yeah.
This is not like anything you've done before.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing this work for almost 2 years.
And we're still a work in progress.
Yeah. Well, some of the things I've learned for myself is it is okay to still be a work in progress.
Yep.
People will not hate me if they figure out I am a work in progress. I don't have to be perfect. It's okay to have breakdowns.
Yeah.
And my relationship with everyone around me has dramatically improved.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, showing up during the holidays, now I see it as, okay, this is an opportunity for me to see what I still need to work on.
Totally.
Almost like pen and paper. Okay.
Rather than the blame game of my father's this, my mother's that, my brothers are all messed up, and family dynamics, it's real. The struggle is real. And so what we're doing is we're trying to get everybody aligned within themselves so they can serve their families rather than play victim to them.
So the biggest insight I got from, let's say, the benefits that I saw from all this is this is the main motivating factor for me to pursue what my mission is.
Beautiful.
Versus just sitting on my ass and playing PlayStation all day.
Huge.
I would not be here if it wasn't for that.
And thank you for being here, brother. I wanted to keep my commitment was to keep the Facebook Lives as short as possible so that everybody have that. So everybody has the time and they can have the emotional bandwidth to join in. Please feel free to share this with somebody that you know. Tag someone you know that needs to hear this. Send some hearts and love. This is really important work. There's people struggling right now and disconnected families, and we want to transform that before the new year. So reach out, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. God bless you guys. Thank you, George Kostaki. God bless you, bro. Little man. And we will see you all. George, love you, man. So grateful to have you on the team. And sending you mad love, and Sandra and the family, and have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out on your Saturday with us.
Thanks, my man.
And for those of you, we'll see you at the next perfect time. Please share what this brought up for you, and reach out when you're ready. Take care.
Bye.